Scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, scrub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. How to do that off the computer now because of reasons of YouTube trying to fucking do weird shit. But what's good, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? It's your boy MJ. Welcome back to another Trap Talk with MJ. Before we get started, please do me a solid, if you don't mind. You support this channel anyway. If you're new to the channel, you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. It will really mean a lot to me. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for any new podcasts that we're putting out. And then also make sure you go follow Unfiltered Reptiles podcast, also on YouTube and also on Apple. Links to those channels in the description below. And then also, man, if you are really feeling these podcasts and you want to give me some feedback, drop a comment, man. After the episode, go and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thumbs up, your thumbs down, and all that other shit. Really appreciate it. Really mean a lot, man. Make sure we're all good here. Can I hear? Yep. I should probably put my headphones on before I start talking. But yeah, man, before we get started, you guys already know the deal. Shout out to the sponsor, Cold Blooded Cafe, www.coldbloodedcafe.com. Freshest and the bestest. And yeah, man, definitely got to check them out. And then if you got eggs, make sure they're inside a sim container because that's just the way to roll. You got to put stuff in a sim box when it comes to the eggs, man. Don't want to miss that. But yeah, man, tonight's episode, I'm telling you, it's going to be one for the books. I am really, really excited because these two gentlemen, man, I'm just telling you, they've been such an impact on my my life inside the hobby. I also want to say what's up to everyone in the comments real quick. What's up, everybody? I just want to make sure we're live and you guys could see what's going on real quick because it says I don't have any viewers and it's probably fucking with me again, but let's see. What's good, everybody? Can you guys see me? I just want to make sure you guys could see this because it says we're not live. I mean, it says we're live, but it just shows that we're not showing anybody. But either way, go club this type, dude. All right, so guys, man, tonight, like I said, super excited because I mean, these two are good friends. They all kind of, you know, they fuck with each other, but they also are inspired off each other, which is crazy because these two dudes inspire fucking everybody in the hobby, first and foremost. Now, before we get into that, sorry, my head's already going everywhere because now I don't even know if we're live or not, man. I don't know. Hold on. Let me ask the homies in the private chat. Yo, can you see if we live? Super rookie mistake. Okay, cool. Damn, that's what I get for smoking that fat-ass dab before getting going. But that's weird because, look, I'm just saying normally it says we got people up in the building, but I don't really see that. But I got confirmation from the guests that you guys are in the building. So, yes, guys, I got some stuff from some people in the mail. Want to give shout outs to them real quick. Some fresh stuff. This one's from Sky Desco. Let's see what this is. Looks like a sticker. Primitive Reptiles. I hope I said that right. Primitive Reptiles. This is a sick ass sticker though. Look at that little fucking fat ass leopard gecko tail. But yeah, man, check these guys out. I'll put their information in the description below. Cool stickers, man. I'm telling you, you guys are really getting creative with your stickers. I'm not gonna lie. Stickers are pretty dope. And then we have, Ooh, Portuguese pythons. Man, these people are sick. I thought, low-key, I thought these people were actually from Portugal or something, because they started following me after Pedro's episode on the Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. Make sure you go check that out. But yeah, Portuguese pythons, man. Shouts out the Portuguese out there. Love the food, not gonna lie. But Joe, go check out their snakes too. Super, super dope. Thank you so much. Got a sick-ass sticker. These stickers right here as well. And then my homie, dog, come on, my homie Matt. O'Malley's morph. This is the homie right here. Stop sleeping on my homie. Go check out my boy O'Malley's right here. It's my homie Matt. O'Malley's morph. Dude, my homie sent me a shirt. I fuck with the black. You know, he sent me some stickers. I appreciate you so much, Matt. You know, somebody who's just been a day oneer since coming into the hobby, and him and I just really, really fuck with each other, man. And that's one of the rare things you find in this hobby are people who are super loyal and down to earth and shit. So Matt is one of them. So shout out to Matt. Shout out to everyone who sent me stickers. I know I got some of you guys in the DMs wanting to send me stuff. I'll get to you guys. I'll get you my information to send me some more stuff, man. But dude, super sick. Keep on doing it, man. I appreciate this. Now, dude, you ready for this? So Desiree pulled the trigger, right? She went ahead and said, yo, we're going to go ahead and launch some more official Zoo Dream merch. And I was like, wow, go ahead. She's like, but it's so little. It's so tiny. Little large shirts. Little large shirts. We got taller size Zoo Dream shirts in the building. And obviously, we got the Supreme editions. Yo. Oh, man, this shit is so sick. I'm sorry, man, that we're going to be seeing kids rocking this now. It's official. Too hard. And then the private reserve, we released the private reserve. The private black on black is out. Kids could get this shirt. We even got it for obviously the grown folks. So these are completely out again. So make sure you guys hit up Cold Blooded Cafe, go to their merch department, and then you could sorry, I go cussing. Then you can actually find all the shirts there for you to order. Do not hit me up. I'm done with that. My retail days are over. Sign me off. I'm done. Whew. I'm done with that. Period. But all right, so let's get into tonight. Like I said, man, I'm losing my guess over there. Probably like, dude, hurry up, my MJ. But yo, like I said, shout out to everyone in the comments. Shout out to everybody who tunes in. Shout out to everyone who supports this channel, man. I'm telling you right now, with any kind of little bullshit that I get, I have so much support to just go ahead and just be happy for that. I really don't focus on anything else, and that's what it's all about. And I have you guys to thank. So thank you so much. I'm bringing some heat for you guys tonight, man. And I could tell you the first individual we're bringing is coming straight from the north, straight from Canada. Yes, here he is, baby. Fucking the great man of the hobby, Will Moroz in the motherfucking building, RCR.
Doing, guys?
There he is, man. Welcome to the arena, man. There he is. What's up? How you doing, big Will?
You know, doing well. How's everyone?
Oh, man, we're doing good. I know everyone's excited to have you on the show tonight because the last episode was heat, too much heat. That we needed a round two. You know, we talked about that. I was like, man, round two, Will, round two. And what do you know, man? I was able to, because of you and because of the other individuals, I was able to facilitate a round two that's never been done before. I don't think you two have been on a podcast spitting whatever's on your mind back to back. Is that true? I mean, have you guys done a podcast together? I mean,
no.
Right. And Will, I mean, if I remember correctly, Ozzy's he's one of the original guys that kind of inspired you from the beginning. Am I right?
100%, yeah.
Now, kind of give us a little kind of give us a little history on like what was it with Ozzy that made you like, you know what I mean? Like what was a snake, or what was it with Ozzy that made you like want to say, dude, this is somebody that I could look up to, somebody I could fuck with, and all that good stuff?
Just like the way he's always like conducted himself, you know, like he's just like, you know, the snakes, the super OD stuff, as soon as that stuff started popping off, it was like, holy fuck. Everybody was like, what is this, you know? Like, and at a time where like orange wasn't a color, like it wasn't in the ball python palette, it was always yellow, or you know, the orange was like crazy. And then just like who he is as a person, you know, just a great guy. It's just
super professional, but like
yeah,
at the same time, I mean, I fuck with Ozzy style like to the T. It's crazy.
100%.
But also to you, man, I want to go back to you now. I mean, you're somebody who really carries himself on a professional level, from not only the way you deal with people, but the way you send out stuff, man. Like you're I don't know how long ago it was, but you really had the most professional like receipt. I don't know if it was a receipt, but something you sent out with a snake, and it was like it really actually opened my eyes on like how you could differentiate yourself from other people who send out snakes. Like, and I really took a lot from that. So what's the reason behind all that? Why is it that you do all that?
Just like, you know, to give the customers something back. It's part of branding. It's part of everything. And it's just like, I thought it was like a cool thing. I didn't see anybody else doing it. So I went and I actually got wedding invitations, like fold out wedding invitations.
Right.
And I was like, I went to the wedding invitation place, like, oh, you're getting married? I was like, no, but I want to use these invitations and can we customize them? And they did. And I was able to put like each snake's ID card, and I can give you the exact pairing, its identification number. And if anything ever, you know, if you pop something weird up, I can go back in my records, look exactly what snake it was. Oh, it came from these parents, and, you know, just keeping on top of things like on an inventory level, and you know, giving you know, something to like give to my customers. I know, like, you know, you guys are trusting me with, you know, your money and buying into animals that I produced, and that's like super humbling. So like I wanted to give something back, and this year we're doing something a little bit over the top as far as a give back, but yeah, that'll all come soon.
Hell yeah, I want to hear more about that. And I think it's time to bring in the other half of this damn podcast. I mean, like I said, you're a Bret the Hitman Hart, but when you're with Ozzy, it's more of a Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg kind of thing. I don't know what it is, man, but I can tell you right now, Ozzy Boids is fucking building, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Ozzy?
What's going on, fellas?
I would say you're the Dr. Dre, you know what I mean, and then, you know, Will's the Snoop Dogg. I mean, I'm just to clarify that.
I got the beats.
You're the doctor, you know what I mean? And Will's spitting the bars and he's spitting the flow. But hey, dude, what's up, Ozzy? How you living, man?
I'm living, brother. I'm here doing my thing, man. Just plugging away. You know,
right. We were talking about that, or you and Will were kind of discussing, you know, what end of the stick Will's on with his job and one end of the stick that you're on right now with your job. Your consulting's like, you know, you said right now, as soon as all this stuff happened, it just, it kind of dried out, or something happened with it, right? With your consultant business.
The consultant work dried up right away. You know, that requires a lot of travel. I think the last trip I did was in March. I went to Belgium. After that, things dried up.
Right.
But man, whew, the snakes have just been
booming.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. I've never seen it like this ever before. So, you know, that's why it's good to have multiple income streams.
Yeah.
Or, you know, more than one thing going on.
How many times have you, and then also you can answer this too, Will, but how many times have you guys had to rely on snake income?
I'm going to say never. I've always worked a full-time job. I've been putting, you know, for a long time, like I didn't sell anything, man. I just bred it, sold the stuff I didn't need. And like we built our collection sort of based like, this is what we want. This is what we want to work with, not breeding for someone else or what they think we should be making. And I just, you know, keep everything. Everyone keeps making fun of me because I'm like, oh, you never sell like a female. So I'm like, yeah, but like
Don't need to.
them. You know, I got a plan for them, and it's you know, so
That's a good problem to have when someone says, "Oh, you don't sell something." You're like, "Cool, right on." That's because I don't have to.
right, and that's been a huge luxury.
Yeah,
what about you, Oz?
he's passionate, man. I would say never too, but this year probably more so
Right.
than in the past. But I always kept my full-time job, and it was more of a hobby business for me until I decided to retire from my 9-to-5 back in 2017. But I just wanted to focus more on more on the snake business, but also more in my real estate business, and then just do some consultant work on the side. So it's worked out pretty good.
Now, how are things with you right now, Will, with your career and your job? You're in the importing business, right? Or something with the going
transportation. Yeah, I do sales for a transportation brokerage, and it's been insane. Like, it's just been so busy. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I just emails nonstop, customers dumping orders on you, expecting that you can handle everything, and it's been a really good problem to have. I'm never going to complain about being busy because you complain about being slow. You don't want to be slow. Busy's better than slow, obviously, and it's been really good. Now, I'm really missing travel. Like, a lot of the times I'd fly down to the States to see customers and, go for dinner or whatever and speak with them. And we haven't been able to do that. So, like, this Zoom meetings, they've been doing a lot of that, online meeting type platforms. And it's been really good. But I'm ready for life to go back to normal, to be honest, man. I want to just go see everybody, go hang out,
Take some trips.
Yeah, that's what's up, I want to go do something.
Yeah, I'm trying to go do something with you too. Yeah, Canada, man. Now, how many times have you been to Canada, Ozzy?
Man, a lot of times. I've lost count.
So what's something that brings you to Canada other than like a reptile show or, probably buying something from Will?
Man, food. I usually go visit my man Mark. I mean, I've taken my kids on vacation there. There's a lot to do in Canada. A lot of reasons to visit. I've been there for bachelor parties.
Okay.
I've been up there to hang out with Brian and those guys up in Montreal. I mean, there's always something to do.
I've seen some pretty sick gatherings up in Canada, man. And what's the show up there? The big popular show?
CRB, the Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo. It's actually canceled this year.
Oh yeah. Oh, real quick. Speaking of CRB in Canada, I just want to give a happy birthday to Barrows. It's his birthday today, right?
Yeah, it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Barrows.
Yeah, another solid Canadian. He's not here. He's probably doing something romantic with Carrie. So Barrows and Carrie. But hey, man, I just want to say that. But yeah,
She's
Canada
doing push-ups
on his bike. Oh shit. So the show got canceled this year, right?
Yeah.
And really, is that the only show of the year that's worth like?
Oh, like, I mean, like, I hate to like talk. It's our big show. It's like us like going down for Tinley, right? Most guys in Canada aren't going to fly down to go to like a Repticon, for example, and that's what our smaller shows would be similar to. Not even as big as a Repticon, but they're the CRB is like when everybody brings out their guns,
Right. What was your first your first big show in Canada, Ozzy? Do you recall that one?
The Toronto show. That's the only show I've been to. There's a show up in Calgary too, right?
Yeah, West Coast Breeders Expo. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to try to get up there one time just to hang out, but I've never set up there. I've always just gone up to hang out. I think the first time I went was in 2011.
Nice.
Yeah. It would be hard to set up with all the studies, paperwork, and everything. And
yeah,
if you want to leave your stuff at my place, I'll take good care of it.
I'm sure.
All right, so let's just get to the point, man. Ozzy recently broke the internet was something fucking spectacular, something out of this world. I'm gonna share it right now, but
which one?
What do you mean, which one? I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, I don't know. You're right. Which one? Correct. That's a fucking good one. But I'm talking about the Orange Dream Red Stripe. It was a double het genetic stripe clown.
Can you believe it, Will? On the first try, I hit it, and I think it was 7 eggs. Yeah, the odds for hitting, I don't even know what the odds are to hit that snake.
It's
so what was the pairing?
What was the pairing, Oz?
It was an Orange Dream Red Stripe double het genetic stripe clown bred to a yellow belly double het genetic stripe clown.
And that's what we got.
Double het, yeah. And that animal, man, like, I'm pretty sure it's Orange Dream Yellow Belly Red Stripe, but it could be Super Red Stripe. I don't know. I mean, just time will tell. And it's a male too, so I'm pretty psyched about that project.
Dude, if that's all three and the double visual, that's like a 1 in 124 hit.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just the odds, and I have terrible luck with hitting the double recessives. So I wasn't even expecting anything. I was just hoping for some clowns or some genetic stripes that were pos het. And when that thing crawled out, man, I was just on cloud 9. So I'm pretty psyched about that animal, and it's a boy too. So
nice.
And I got a super red striped clown in that female in that clutch too. Now that was the only pair from that project that went, but I have quite a few females that I'm raising up. So pretty psyched about that. I want to get some genetic stripe in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I want to get Ultramel into that project. I want to get Desert Ghost. I mean, it's it's endless, man. Endless.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, Ozzy. What do you already have a female in mind for this guy? Like, do you already have somebody, or you're like already know what?
Well, I have a bunch of females for him. I have a bunch of double het stuff. A lot of Orange Dream, Red Stripe, double hets. I also have a pastel genetic stripe Desert Ghost female.
Right.
So I have a few different things, but I'm really going to take that project in a few different directions. So it's endless. It really is. It's like a rabbit hole.
Let's break another neck real quick.
Oh,
bro, the Pied game in this. What the dude? Ozzy, super OG hypo.
So this is another animal where I've been getting a lot of weird animals popping up in my Orange Dream Pied project.
Right.
And I'm getting some that are striped out like this. And also I got some really weird yellow bellies, like with black backs. They almost look like yellow belly blackhead pieds.
Right.
So yeah, this animal right here just blew me away. Again, this is another project. I have a clutch hatching right now that also includes leopard, yellow belly, fire. So I'm gonna continue to stack genes on top of this project, and then of course the next logical direction to take this project is into the Desert Ghost.
Right.
So
and you're already in that project, right, Will? The Desert Ghost Pied project.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think you produced the visual. That thing is beautiful.
Yeah, it's they're all. I love that project, and I just do like I find that Desert Ghost allows me to be like a little bit less creative because I just know that pretty much anything I throw into it,
everything that I want to do or that I'm doing, Will is doing. Right. Like every time I see him with a project, I'm like, like I wanted to do Cypress puzzle here. He's already raising up Cypress, head puzzles, etc. So we think alike. I like the way he thinks with his breeding plans, and I like the way he's taking his project. So yeah, I think Will is going to be doing big things in the future, and producing a lot of heat.
Hell
You need to produce more so you can sell some.
Yeah, well, we upped the clutches this year, so we've been sort of sitting steady at about 40 clutches for a little while now. This year, we're going to be well into the 70 range.
Yeah, you need to ramp it up. You need to ramp it up.
Yeah, and then next year, like, man, it's so exciting because it's just like, it's been years and years and years raising this stuff and planning it, and it's finally getting to this point where everything's coming full circle, and like, I just can't wait. It's super exciting. This year, the puzzle stuff, it's all starting to hatch into August. You know, and I'm super excited about some of that.
I know when I'm done hatching, I know you're going to start.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, man, I can't wait to start hatching some more stuff. But I'm tired right now. I'm ready for a break. So it's
never. Ozzy don't take breaks.
What's that?
Ozzy don't take breaks.
Nah, I do, man. I like to take a break because, man, I've been working like 15 hours a day for real. I got my nephew up at the rodent facility. And we're bringing on a third person next month to help out with that. I'm going to kind of try to expand that operation because, again, the demand is insane for feeders, and then also for like quality ball pythons. If you're producing unique, high quality ball pythons, I mean, every year, like, it just blows me away. The demand keeps increasing and increasing, and the number of sales increases every year. So the hobby is blowing up. It really, really is. And it's blowing up globally too.
It really is, man.
I love to look at so when we started in about 2009, that sort of timeline. I think we started purchasing in 08 and then into 09 and 10. Were the big years, and like I like looking back. Actually, we were joking the other day. I pulled up an old price list from 2010, and it's like, you know, pastel super stripes, $18,000, and I'm like, what you can get for that kind of money now is like just insane, and it's just going to get crazier.
I think we were at Tinley, and Mark Mandick paid like 10 grand.
Yeah.
For pastel super stripe or a pastel super stripe from Mark Haas. I remember that.
Yeah.
And, just how it be sometimes, though. People just, you know, like
it. Yeah. The hobby has gone through a lot of ups and downs, but you know what's funny, Will? What I was doing the other day, I was looking at some old forum posts, and I was going to post something on my page, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be a dick about it. So I'm not going to. I was looking at some really old posts where people were saying, oh, the ball python market is dead and
tried.
Man, how you know, I didn't want to rub it in people's face, but how wrong were they? You know?
Oh, dude. I've heard it from everybody. Guys with ball pythons. No, you can't sell them. Like, okay. I was having a conversation with somebody the other week, and they're like, why do I see like these original guys getting out? And I don't want to speak for them, but I just get the feeling that they didn't adapt. They didn't advance their projects as much. They, you know, when they were selling pinstripes for 20 grand, now they have to work way harder to make an animal that's worth that kind of money. It's like odds become way longer. The other thing I was talking about was that we're getting to the point now, and then it's going to get even more and more apparent over the next couple of years, that you're going to start to make a combo and no one's going to reproduce that combo for like 5-6 years because the odds are so long to hit it. Like Justin, for example, he made that chocolate Pompeii. So chocolate's a 4-gene clown with an allelic combo in there. Like to try and make that again, you know? And then people are like, oh, prices are going to come way down. I'm like, they're not, because it's so hard to make them.
Why would prices come down on something that's being sold so easily? That doesn't make any sense.
There's one of them, and everyone wants it.
Here's when prices come down. When you got, like, if you get somebody like Will produces something really, really cool, he's not going to sell it. And then if he does sell it, or if he has a few extra, he actually values that animal because he's passionate about what he's doing. He's passionate about the hobby. He's not going to give that animal away.
Mm-hmm.
it's when the investors come in, that's when the prices crash. And it does happen. I mean, it has happened in the past. It hasn't happened recently, but that's when you see prices crash because some people just value the money more than they would the animal or all the time and effort that went into making that animal. You know, like,
oh my God, what a good point.
Like that genetic striped clown. Like, I'm not selling that.
Yeah,
I'm not. You know,
but I think it's going to get way harder for them, for an investor to come in and try and do that, because try and make orange dream yellow belly genetic striped clown.
Yeah, that's true.
Try and make 20. Go ahead. See how long it takes you. You know.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, you gotta be, if you're gonna work on a project, you're gonna keep plugging away on a project for 6, 7, 8, or 10 years. You have to be passionate to stick it out.
And the reason why I asked you guys how many times have you relied on snakes for income is because it was kind of a trick question. I know you guys haven't relied on your snakes for income, like for the most part. I know that, but how many people come in this game expecting snakes to give you an income?
I'll tell you what, I haven't relied on it as my sole income, but there were times where I've walked away from jobs that I didn't like, or if I had like a family emergency and I had to quit a job and move, I was able to do so because I had income coming in from the snakes. So it's not that it was my sole source of income, but I mean, I have relied on that income. So,
right.
You got it, well.
Yeah. What does that mean? What's up? What up with? Hey, Jesse.
So Jesse, if you talk to Jesse on Instagram, he's got a little cow beside his name, and I'm like, "What's with the cow?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull." I'm like, "No, bro, that's a cow." So every time I see it, I just say that's a cow. And actually today I was driving and I saw some cows and I rolled the window down and filmed it. And I was like, Jesse, yelling at the cows.
So Jesse has a thing for alpacas and cows. That's weird.
So,
must be a thing.
Everybody blow up his Instagram. Just tell him he's a cow. Or send him a little cow emoji.
But like real quick though, man, I mean, this is the perception I'm getting though, okay, from people I'm conversating with and whatnot. A lot of people coming into the hobby. It seems like they're coming in expecting just to make income right off the bat. And like I'm just like if your heart's in it for the money, like you do not have longevity in this hobby. I'm telling you right now, because you're gonna want to sell shit right away. You're gonna want to like speed to breed. You're gonna want to do all this shit that you can't rush. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of the shit that I'm experiencing from who I'm talking to and people questioning, asking questions about stuff, and it seems like looking for shortcuts.
Yeah. I like money. I mean,
yeah, who doesn't?
I like to make money, and I plan on making money in the hobby. So I'm not shy about that. But for me, it's a labor of love too. So first and foremost, I'm producing combos for myself, so that I could hold back and further my projects or whatever. I'm a designer, but at the same time, I have no qualms with making as much money as I can, while doing what I love.
Yeah.
So, I think one of the blessings that we have in the Reptile Nation is that you can practice your hobby and you can have a lot of fun, doing what you love, and you can make money doing it. So I think that's just, icing on the cake when it comes to this hobby. So
one of the things that I can touch on that is like these animals are worth something, right? They're hard to make. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into them. But one of the things that you is like when you hit the point where you're opening a clutch and you're like, you're looking in the eggs and you're like, oh, that's 1,000, that's 1,000, that's 2,000. Then you've lost it. I'm never looking at a clutch of eggs going, look at how much money is in this clutch. I'm always like, what's in this clutch? What did I make? What's going on?
What do I want to keep? Like
generally,
that's the fucking first thing I look for is like, what am I looking for that I want to keep? Hopefully it's all the fucking eggs. I mean, if I could go my way, every single egg would be a holdback, but you do got to be realistic with yourself. And, at the end of the day, once you're 3-4 years into this, then then you know, income should be you know, some sort of a fucking player in you keeping snakes. But the first few years, you should have no income considered, period.
Yeah, that's any business. It takes time to when you go into any business, you know, if you want to build a business that's going to have longevity, and that's going to produce income consistently, you know, you're not going to be making money right off the bat. It's going to take time. But that applies to anything, not just the snakes. I mean, you know, you open up a restaurant, you know, you're probably not going to see any profit for years. You know, you got to build up your customer base, et cetera. You got to build up your product. You know, so yeah.
I can say that we didn't make a dime, like literally did not make a single dime for like 8 to 9 years.
Wow.
We made it, but like we sold animals, but every single dollar went back into the collection. Every single one, whether it was in racks or snakes or feeders or whatever it was, everything funneled back into the collection. And that's, I mean, I recommend everybody to do that to an extent, maybe not all of it, but you know, it's helped us get to where we are now. We hadn't, man.
Yeah.
But you want to know something really sad, man? That you know, Ozzy brought up a good point with the restaurants taking years to establish some sort of profit out of their business, and now with this COVID, they're fucking shut down. Like that's like family businesses or family restaurants and businesses that have been establishing for years and years and put in the work. Now they're fucking forced to shut down their stuff, and it's like, it's sad. Like the barbershop that I get my haircut from. Little Ling Lang over there, my homegirl, dude, she fucking closed the building, bro. She had to close her doors, man. And she was the sweetest lady on earth. And oh man, it's just terrible to see that, man. Like
That sucks.
Those are the Americans I really feel sorry for. And not even only Americans, worldwide, anybody who's affected by it. I mean, it just sucks, man. It's not good.
It does, yeah. People are suffering globally. Think of all the you know, all of the tourist destinations, et cetera, that rely heavily on tourism. You know, all of those resorts, all of those people that work at those resorts, you know, it's pretty crappy. But at the same time, too, you know, there are other things that are booming, you know?
Yes.
And that's why, you know, that's why I always try to tell people to, if you can make money doing it, you should be making some extra money doing it. If you have a family, you have responsibilities, and you can generate an extra income stream, you have to. And this is the perfect example of why, you know what I mean? Because you just never know. You're relying on that 9 to 5 or that paycheck, or if you have a business, you're relying on that single source. If that dries up, then what are you going to do? So
exactly.
You know, it's always good to have multiple income streams, you know, and be prepared for whatever. Hope for the best, but you got to be prepared for the worst. We don't know, like even with our hobby, you know, our hobby could get shut down tomorrow. Like
it really can.
You don't know.
Shit could get like fucking total recall in this bitch where nobody's coming for my animals, and my wife would just have to you know, hunker down and. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. We have to figure it out, but no one's fucking with. I mean, you're so right, Ozzy. I mean, a lot of people love these animals. I love my animals probably more than most people, but I like this. The animals got me away from a real dark place in my life. So it's more than just you know establishing some sort of an income at some point. But I mean, you're right. This shit could be gone. You know, but then also, man, I could be gone tomorrow. You could be gone tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like a lot of shit. On tomorrow, bro. Nothing's for sure in anything in life. So that's why when you got it, you just fucking got to roll with the punches, bro.
Yeah, you got to prepare. You got to prepare for the work, you know, especially if you have family. And you know, it's nuts, man. But and then the other thing, what you spoke on earlier, you know, the hobby really is therapeutic. It's very therapeutic for me, and I think everybody should have something in their life that they're excited about, that they get immense enjoyment from, you know. And
yeah.
if you could do that for a living, then that's a true blessing, and you know, in my opinion. So
yeah.
And this hobby, I mean, this is more of a lifestyle. I mean, you know,
it is. It's a lifestyle.
It's a global community. We have friends all over the world. You know what I mean? And we get to go out. We hang out. You know, you develop friendships with other people in a hobby, and it's just you know, it's a lot more than just having pet snakes or whatever, or lizard, whatever it is you're into.
It's really connecting to people that you would normally never connect with in almost no other hobby. I mean, think about it. We have a lot of reasons to want to converse with each other if it's a snake that we are looking to get into project wise, or something that could help. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many reasons why you want to build good relationships in this hobby, and then it happens to be with people all over the world. I mean, and you know, like I said, if like Ozzy's on the other side of the country, Will's in fucking Canada. You know what I mean? So you just never know who you're gonna meet, man. And it's just, it opens doors for so many different things. And unfortunately, some doors are shut because of COVID. It's the last time I'm gonna bring that bullshit up. But eventually these doors are gonna bust open up again. We're all gonna be hanging out again. We're all gonna be like, shit's gonna kick back like it never broke off, man. And I can't wait. It's gonna be popping.
I always find it like a little bit comical when you see guys like getting into like real heated arguments about genetics and what's in the snake and this. And I always kind of like take a step back, and I'm always like, guys, like, are we really like wanting to like fight each other because of the colors on that snake and the pattern on that snake? Like, really? Like, what at the end of the day, what are you really fighting over? Like, no, this snake is got yellow belly in it. I don't see it. Oh, fuck you.
That's when you should reach out to a profession, you know what I mean, and just kind of figure out what's going on, and you know what I mean, because it's probably not the person you're arguing with, it's probably yourself. So you know what I mean, and that's what this hobby teaches you a thing or two. I'm telling you, this hobby teaches you a lot about yourself. I will tell you that.
Teaches you patience, that's for sure.
You don't have the patience is your A game in this, man. If you got patience and you're not worried about an income, or you're not worried about hitting certain things, which obviously we all want to hit what we want to hit, but it shit just happens. Like, I mean, Ozzy, what we were talking about with the snake, the snake we just showed right now, like that snake just happened. You know what I mean? Like, you like what kind of mental preparation went into that clutch? How about, let's just put it that way.
Are you reading some of the comments?
Yeah.
So people ask me that all the time, right? They when is it going to die down? When is it going to die down? I mean, there's 8 billion people in this world, and right now, more and more people get exposed to it, and they get hooked.
Yeah.
You know, if you're producing and selling animals, you know you're selling to a lot of new people getting into the hobby, and it's been like that for the past 20 years for me. And you got guys doing it small scale, you know, they're trying to produce 10 or 15 clutches, you know, in their basement or whatever. And then you got guys who are trying to do it on a much larger scale. You got guys who are trying to do it full time, etc. So as long as the hobby keeps growing, I think the profit margins are going to continue to be, you know, insane. And the hobby has been strong since the 90s. It's been growing consistently year after year since the 90s. So
100%.
I don't see any reason for it to stop. I mean, if you see all of the new stuff that we're producing every year, you know, as long as those animals still have that wow factor, the industry is going to continue to grow. And I just don't see that wow factor going away anytime soon. I mean,
I was looking through my phone. I had posted it. I'm never going to find it. It's like over a year ago. But I had done some math just off if I took all the genes that are just on Morph Market, and that's not even close to all the genes that are actually available to us, just the genes that are on Morph Market, there's something like 14,000 double combinations, just single codon, double 2 gene combinations. 3 gene combinations, there was like, it just gets exponentially bigger. And then when you stack a recessive, how many clown triple combinations can there be? It's like
it's never ending.
235 million. It's like I'll never see them. I'll be long dead before they're made.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you go ahead.
There's billions of combinations. Like, that's, you know.
And whenever you finally hit something, you're like, okay, now I got to take it
to the next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like when you play the lottery, right? I don't know how. Like in Canada, we have Lotto 649. So there's 6 numbers, 1 to 49. You have to hit on all those numbers. You know, and you can do that, but we're playing Lotto 710. You know, you have to hit all those genes together in the right row, and that makes your result. And that's so hard to do.
Yeah, it's time. And
you know, and like I think everybody, as we get further and further and further into this, everyone's collections like are gonna branch off like a tree. Like you have this, like everyone's taking this path. Everyone's gonna go like that.
I see people producing some crazy stuff, man. I scroll, and you know, like you scroll through social media, man, or even Morph Market,
everywhere.
People producing some insane stuff, man, and you know.
Oh, the shit overseas is nuts, bro. The shit
I see stuff that I'm like, oh, I really like that. And then I like look at that snake and I'm like, okay, what's my quickest avenue into this direction? And some of this I'm like, yo, I'm like 5 years away from it. Yeah, like I'm not even close. So like that's what I mean when I'm saying people are gonna start branching off, you know, as you get into like triple recessive combos, bro. Like I don't know how to approach it the best.
I made some quad hets this year, and I made some pie triple het. So
what's after quad?
What's that?
What's after quad?
I don't even know.
Quintuple hets, I think. I think it's quintuple, isn't it?
Quintuples and
Cinco.
We'll be learning some new words in a couple of years.
We're a different age right now, man. We're really, shit. We're bringing shit back and just coming up with names. This is gonna be sick.
Yeah, so it really is endless, and you know, and there's always that next level, and I just want to see what the stuff looks like. You know, I want to see what the genes are gonna do. And here's the other thing is you get existing combos that start to drift. You get existing genes that start to drift. Like, I don't know if you saw that real peach colored orange dream fire clown that I produced. I've never produced an orange dream fire clown that looks like that. Thing is real peachy, real peach color. So I'm gonna keep that female. I'm gonna raise her up, and I'm gonna continue to experiment and play around with that. Who knows, you know, maybe I could get a double peach, you know, maybe it's a separate genetic mutation. I don't know. Or it might just be the orange dream starting to shift even more. And that was from a high intensity clutch. So again, I think there's random mutation. So you get new genes popping up, and then you get existing genes that start to drift.
Yeah.
So you throw that into the mix, and it's really, you know, the combo potential is just exponential.
Without even looking at like specific genes improving. Like so for example, I think that a Desert Ghost Axanthic clown is going to be stunning. I think it's just going to be insane. And so I look at that project and I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to get to the point where I can hit a triple Desert Ghost Axanthic clown. And then I start to like think about it 3 or 4 years down the road. And I'm like, okay, let's say I had a Desert Ghost Axanthic clown male right now. How long would it take me to make an Orange Dream Desert Ghost Axanthic clown? And that answer is like 6 years with good luck, just to add one gene. Yeah. Like, man, it's not going to be easy. It's going to get really, really complicated soon, and it's exciting, but it's, you know,
it's nothing new for you though, right? You've been doing this not confusing, but long waiting shit for a minute. I mean,
I love that wait, man. I love that. Build it just continuously every year, putting new stuff into these double recessive projects, and eventually you get past that 3 year wait, and then every year you're adding something new, and that's the exciting part for me. And
people ask, like, they see the price tag sometimes, and it's like you have no clue how much time, effort, and patience went into the snake.
Yeah.
So, you know,
for real,
if you put in the time, you know, you got to invest money, you got to invest time, you got to invest effort, you got to be patient, and then you got to be lucky, and then you finally hit it. You know, you're not going to give that animal away. Like,
Not for peanuts. It's just
time is money. So
time is everything.
Time is actually more valuable than money.
Time is everything.
Yeah.
Without time, without
right?
the right timing, the money won't be there. Timing's everything, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I was talking to you about. Like, if you ever want to make this a sustained business or make some good income, I'm talking about really make income in ball pythons. You gotta have at least 3-4 years not to think about making shit. Like just collect, and grow.
Like I always say, man, it's like an orchard. You plant fruit trees, you're not gonna get any fruit for a few years. But once you have an orchard and it's producing, then you're eating. Everyone's eating. Yeah, you're gonna be producing hella fruit. But if you have like a nice variety, you're gonna be producing all kinds of heat, man. And so the challenge, what I struggle with, Will, is what to keep, and then what projects to pursue, because I can't do everything. I just, I would need like 20 employees, and I don't like, I'm jealous when it comes to my snakes, and I'm hands-on. I got to be in there. You know what I mean? So
I think you've got a bunch of stuff that you should let go of, to be honest. You don't need those, bro.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've been releasing some really cool stuff this year, and it's just because my collection has gotten to the point to where I can't keep it all, and I have to be very selective about what projects I'm working on. Me and Will spoke about this earlier this year with the weirdo project. Like the weirdo gene, if I had the time and the space, I would keep that gene. I wouldn't release it, and I would try to figure it out on my own, because clearly it's genetic, it's reproducible. But I don't have the time, the patience. You know what I mean? I don't have the space, and I have all these other projects that are competing, for that space, time, and energy. So I just started releasing it, man. I mean, I got a lot of like dinkers popping up, like with my pieds. I'm just gonna release this stuff. Let somebody else put in the time. Somebody else who has the space. Let them work the project and reap the rewards from those projects. I just can't do it all.
Yeah, and so we talked about that weirdo thing, and I don't know whether it's the same thing as the chaos or not. Yeah. You're reproducing it like a codon. And this chaos stuff that also popped up in puzzle, the only way I've ever made it is from one original pair. I bred them together, made them, took one of those babies, bred it back to the mom, made it again. Bred that same baby this year into like 7 or 8 different females. 4 of those clutches have hatched. Everything looks normal. But the clutch to its mom hatched again, more chaos. And I'm like,
that thing is crazy. So
I don't know what's going on, but it looks recessive.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's I started to circle back. I don't know if it's codom or recessive, because all of the animals that produced it were from the puzzle project. So they're all related. So I really need to take it, and I have one female that didn't prove out. She was a pos head puzzle. She didn't prove out. So I'm going to breed her to something unrelated and see if it reproduces itself. So next year I could probably know if it's recessive or
I've hatched probably 35 eggs from chaos to non-related females, and I haven't produced a single thing that looks like the father at all. But I've produced 18 eggs from the chaos back to that original female, and I've hit 5 or 6 of them. So
okay.
The odds are saying it's kind of I don't know. So again, I don't know. I just turned 30. I think I got a bit of time.
I think I have Cryptic in my puzzle too.
Oh man, that project is a gift that just keeps giving back, or stresses me out too, because I don't know what I have half the time. The puzzle stuff. I love that project though. Did you see the leopard spot nose puzzle that Barry Swope made?
Nah.
Oh, Dude, he made a leopard hypo puzzle. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
We were texting back and forth the other day. So they crawled out of the eggs. I know he
Yeah.
had Clutch Pippin.
It's insane. It's insane. Like, I was like, you know what? I might be able to. I screenshotted it right away.
Get up, MJ.
Say what?
He's got the pictures.
Let me see. What? Oh, yeah, that's what I just. Okay, yeah, he just posted that actually. Hold
That's
on.
a leopard hypo puzzle. And then,
Almost looks like a clown.
yeah. And then here's the leopard funnel puzzle.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what the fuck?
That's hot.
It's exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited. So
Barry Swope is another guy who kind of small, low key, but he produces like quality stuff. Like all his pairings are on point.
same with Ryan Pate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, like
I saw him. I don't know what I was looking at. He had something on Morph Market the other day. I thought it was pretty cool.
Now let me ask you this, Ozzy. What do you think is one slept on genetic out there? Like one genetic that you feel like has more potential than people even realize? Take your time.
I think mahogany and cinder.
Ooh.
Cinder,
Cinder to me. What's the cinder? What is it has to do with streaming?
Cinder is something that Outback came out with, and at the time when I invested in it, I thought that it was similar to Stranger, and that's why I bought into it because it was a lot cheaper. It was still expensive. I think I paid like $9,000 or something for my first female, but it's very similar to mahogany. Some people argue that it's identical, but I don't know. Initially, when Ian produced the cinder, he saw the mahogany and he contacted Amir. Amir originated the mahogany, and he was producing these silver snakes. And he asked Amir if he's producing any, patternless pewters from mahogany. And at the time, Amir was like, no. And for years, all of the mahogany pewters were, had pattern. And now all of a sudden people are posting pictures of mahogany pewters that are patternless, like the cinder. So I don't know what's going on there, man. I have both genes and I'm working with both genes, and I produced some mahogany clown stuff this year. And it was really off the charts. And Mark Bailey is doing a lot of stuff with mahogany.
Sick.
And Mark Bailey doesn't do a lot of social media. And Mark Bailey is one of the OGs in this hobby. Anybody who goes to Tinley knows Mark Bailey because he has like a ton of world first stuff on his table every year, year after year, year after year. So he's produced some crazy hidden gene WOMA, mahogany clown projects. So I think people are sleeping on it. I produced a mahogany clown this year. That's pretty sick.
I was having when we went to Tinley this last March, right, and it got all canceled, that whole scenario. But I was having a beer with I saw Mark Bailey there, and we were having a beer, and we were talking about like how long he's been breeding snakes. He's like, yeah, I've been doing this about 27 years.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, like I'm 30.
Yep.
Like since I was 3.
Yeah.
Like that's a long time. This guy knows what's up. So like I think Mark's a great guy. I talk to him on a fairly regular basis. He said, man, some of the stuff he's got, it's just insane. I think Wookie's a gene.
Wookie's another one. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
I think that's got a lot of potential. I don't know where it falls in the dark gene complex, if at all. I don't know if it's, some people have said it's like a chocolate, but the Wookiee clowns look nothing like chocolate clowns. They're distinctly unique. They don't look like blackhead. They don't look like mahoganies. They're in their own thing.
Yeah. Initially, I was thinking it reminded me of Cypress, but they're not. They're not the same. So
yeah, and every time I keep hatching these Wookiees, I'm sort of like, whoa, like this is totally unexpected on some of this stuff. And
yeah, who hatched out? Somebody hatched out some black pastel Wookiees recently.
Josh Jensen.
Yeah, those were pretty insane, man.
Yeah, man, really cool.
I think Brad Boa. What was that? What was that?
Yeah. I was gonna let Will finish, but I wanted to talk more about the weirdo fucking shit.
Oh, dude, that thing just.
I think that thing right there.
That shit is weird.
Yeah, I think that's a cryptic.
Yeah.
OD yellow belly cryptic weirdo puzzle. You see that side pattern? That's what I'm seeing in the weirdos. I'm getting that crazy wiped out side pattern. But then you look at the wide eye stripe.
But like you said, you don't have the time to figure this stuff out. Send it up and I'll take care of that.
Oh yeah, me too. I need it, dude. Listen, I don't want to be, sound like a clown on my own podcast or anything, but it is what it is. I have no OT in any of my ball python shit. I'm hurting, bro.
Why?
I just fucking, I don't know. I've been on this chondro fucking kick lately, acting like a little snob, and I just been sleeping on my shit, bro.
I'll hook you up, MJ.
Yeah, can we talk? And then obviously you too. Well, I'm dead serious. I've been trying to talk to Miguel, and he's just giving me the fucking shine. So I'm going to you guys now. I need
no friends calling me for Orange Dream.
I'm gonna go to Ozzy, and then I'm gonna go to you.
Like, come on.
Yeah, Mark Mandick has all the Orange Dream stuff in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of OD stuff, but like, if you're in the United States and you're looking for Orange Dream, I mean, come on, this is one spot.
Mahogany.
Yeah, that's look at this stuff. This lineup is insane.
Looks like a fucking painting,
dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Look at that, bro. Ozzy, you are just something else, my man.
Dude, how?
Oh, geez.
I don't think I've seen like a lot of guys hatch at some really nice stuff over the years. But I'm gonna say that this year I don't think I've seen a lineup from anybody like Ozzy's put out this year. From anybody. The amount of insane stuff that's hit Instagram and Facebook in like a month span, I've just been like every morning I'm like, what's now? What next?
And Will don't even give reach arounds like that. That's what's crazy. He's speaking all facts right now. I'm telling you, Ozzy,
I'm waiting for Will's season to kick in. I'm sure he's going to be bringing the heat. But again,
100%.
like I base a lot of my pairings off of other genes, and I know the stranger lesser clown stuff, look really well, and that's why I took it into the Mojave for that reason, because I figured it would produce something similar or something that looks good too. So again, I just look at like some of these other genes and I just start some of these other combos, and I use that to influence some of my projects. So if you're just paying attention and you're looking,
pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. And you're putting some thought into your pairings, you're going to produce a lot of cool stuff. And I don't try to mass produce a lot of any one thing. So I just try to keep a lot of variety in my collection. So all my projects are unique and could pop out something crazy.
And there's
I spend a lot of time on my breeding plans, man. It's not willy-nilly. No offense to Will.
Everything's premeditated. It doesn't just wasn't served to you. You know what I mean? Like it was. You aren't this lucky. You know what I mean? Like everything you've done was all fucking.
Yeah, it's time and effort, and it's consistency and a lot of hard work. If you talk to my daughters, they'll tell you I spend a lot of time working with my animals, and I pretty much I work every day. I enjoy what I do, like even the real estate and all of that. I enjoy what I do. So, I like to work. I like to grind.
Can you talk? I mean, there's something that I'm just, it's my favorite, man. Will, I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you what my gene is that I love so much, right? Like, do you recall what I told you what my gene is? The one I keep? GHI, right? So Ozzy, let's talk about this real quick, bro. Okay. The pairing was GHI Enchi Freeway to a super orange dream yellow belly leopard. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I dream about right here, bro.
That's a pretty snake, man. The colors are intense. So if you look at this now, and can you imagine this with let's say lavender,
Yes,
or candy, or banana, or you could stack oatmeal on this, or you could do desert ghost. So
damn it.
yeah, this snake is sick, man. It's a beautiful animal.
That's a male.
And then super GHI. What's
Yeah.
the GHI gonna look like?
I got super GHI in the game. What's the? We're gonna have to talk later, bro.
I know, man. You produced some nice stuff last year.
Oh man,
I remember.
What really gets me is like every time, like you said that snake. What was the pairing that made this like GHI asphalt to the female that you just said? It's like super OD yellow belly GHI black pastel. I'm like, people think I'm in nice stuff, and I'm like, dude, like the female is what's like, fuck,
Exactly.
Man. Like having a girl like that, it just fuck.
Exactly.
Like like I'm reading like a clown combo to like a black pastel heck clown. Like it's good. It's a great pairing, but like it's not a super OD cypress black pastel heck clown.
I don't know, man. I like, for instance, I started the Desert Ghost puzzle project like years ago, and Will snuck up behind me and produced it. And that animal is sick. Like,
yeah,
I love that snake. Is he breeding yet? He's breeding, isn't he?
It's a she.
Oh, it's a she. I thought it was a boy.
Yeah, so did I. And then at about 500 grams, I popped it again. I was like,
but when that animal is full grown, you're gonna be happy to have it. So
oh yeah, she's about, I'd say 800 grams right now. And this year, I'm really got my fingers crossed to hit. So this is sort of how I plan things. And it obviously takes luck, but I hit the Desert Ghost puzzle last year. As she's growing up, I'm hoping that in that time I can hit a puzzle clown, male.
Yeah.
And then I go puzzle clown to DG puzzle. Everything's puzzle, double hat, Desert Ghost clown, and I've got the Desert Ghost clown army to start playing that project. Sup, Khalil? See you tomorrow, buddy.
What's up, Khalil?
Leo, and then look who we got in the building. We got the birthday boy.
Baby.
Or it could be carried. They're together, I'm sure, right? Unless somebody dipped out. I don't know, but
Sure. You're going to the Green Mile, Lamar?
So Mike Bennett is picking me up tomorrow morning, and yeah, we're probably gonna hit the Green Mile, and then
nice,
and then head up to Montreal.
What was I gonna say? Your whole plan behind the future with your projects, Ozzy, and you can answer this too, Will. You're always thinking how many years ahead, would you say, Ozzy?
Usually it's 2 years.
What about you? What about you, Will?
Like I can't go past 2 years. I think I'll lose my mind for real.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, two. I'd say 2 to 4. Just like when I say 4, it's not like I have to hit like this animal in 4 years. But it's like the way I look at things is like I want a chance at bat. If you can strike out and miss, but if you don't have a chance at bat, you're never gonna hit it. And so every year I'm trying to put myself in a position to hit that home run in 3 years from now, 3 years from now. And like I'm noticing it now more than ever that the work that I've done 3 years, the pairings that we did 3 years ago are everything's starting to mature, and you're just like, you're looking around the collection like, oh my God, this is like so
your orchard is blooming.
Yeah, exactly. And when that happens, it makes you want to like plant more trees, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm starting to pick fruit, and I'm like, oh, I need more trees, and I'm starting to plant more and more trees. And
you start a project, and you let that project go, and then every year you start a few more projects, and it just it gets to the point where all of those projects start to deliver. Then it's pure insanity. I mean, you're gonna have some crazy holdbacks, and then you're gonna have plenty of surplus that you could sell and generate income. So, and it's just crazy fun. Like it's so exciting when you wake up in the morning. You don't you don't drag yourself out of bed like, oh, I got to go to work. You know,
Not at all.
you jump out of bed because you're pretty psyched. You're pretty pumped.
I've planned, like everybody knows, I just absolutely love Desert Ghost, right? It's just something that I love working with. I love watching it grow. They always get better and better and better. And so we've sort of planned most of our projects around Desert Ghost. And what it's allowed us to do is, now that you've got Desert Ghost Clown, Desert Ghost Puzzle, Desert Ghost Pied, you can start to put all this stuff back together. And Desert Ghost is the central theme. And now all of a sudden you have DG double head this, DG, and you're just every year trying to shave the odds down on the really, really, really crazy advanced combos. Because if we can make it 50% easier to hit, I'm all for that.
I call it, I have a term for it. I call it the upgrade.
Yeah.
Every year you got to upgrade your genetics, you know, and that's why I sell adults every year, just because I'm replacing them with, you know, other animals. And you know, but you gotta figure out your comfort zone too. How big of an orchard can you manage?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
If you get too big, you know, then some of those earlier trees that you planted are going to be neglected, and then that project's going to dry up. So you got to stay on top of your game.
Yeah, it's
find that balance.
That orchard, for that using that as an example is fucking probably one of the best things I've ever heard of. I mean, it's
the perfect analogy, man, because that's basically what it is. You know, you start a project, you know, and you got to stick it out. And the guys who have success in this game, they stick it out. You know, I know so many people that they'll start a project and then 2-3 years in, they'll just whatever, something happens, they get and then they just get out. You know,
yeah,
longevity, man. You got to have that in the mind frame, or it's just not going to work out.
I actually really like having double het females for that exact. Well, I like to have double het females, and I don't necessarily always have to use them to make double recessive combos. I'm not always trying to make double recessive, but for example, you have a orange dream yellow belly double het clown pied. 1 year, you may be like, you know what, I really want to get this into orange dream yellow belly pied, and you can use it as a pied, as a het pied. And the next year you can use it as a het clown, and you can it's one snake that's accomplishing two at the same time. And it allows you to have a bit of a more fine-tuned collection, I think, and just, you know, not everybody has the space to do that. I mean,
yeah, a lot of people do that. Like I sold somebody an orange dream puzzle over in Europe, Willie, and then he texted me this year and was like, he produced orange ghost from it. So he produced ghost puzzles. So apparently ghost was floating around in my puzzle project. I never knew.
That's sick.
I just hatched a ghost puzzle collection, just got killed on it. They had like one hypo and nothing else visual, no puzzles.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So hoping that the luck comes later on, because there's some good pairings in August. Really nice stuff coming, I hope.
Now you guys both fuck with puzzle pretty heavy in there, right?
I think so.
That's the good shit.
Yeah.
There's a ghost puzzle. I mean, those projects are just those projects are hot. So you got to be working, you know, those other recessives. Ultramel is another one that I think people are sleeping on. So I think I put out some cool Ultramel stuff this year, but I have some long-term projects with Ultramel. So I think
I have no Ultramel in my collection at all. None. I can't work everything. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish that I could, you know, but I've been saying for the longest time that, like, you know, I always found pied super limiting. Like I always just found that, like, if you get high white pieds, I'm always like, and this year I started like, well, you know what just happened. I called you. I'm like, yo, I need a fucking pied, man. So I ended up with a pied from Ozzy, one of the 600 crazy animals he made. Let's see a partnership with Ozzy to make it happen.
What's up with Adam? What's Adam saying?
There was something about a super OD yellow belly. Dude, he doesn't need my help. He's gonna post that next week.
He dropped $20 for this damn comment. So I mean, this is probably pretty serious for Adam here. So I appreciate it. We're gonna smoke tough for this $20. Don't trip. I'll get the premium stuff. You already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my puzzle project into the right hands because I've been releasing some, but I'm gonna release some of the sick stuff and get it into the right hands just because I know, I know I know certain breeders is just gonna help me take it to the next level. Because again, like Will said, I can't do it all. You can't do it all. So sometimes it's good to release stuff. Some guys are reluctant to release their projects, but I'll release my project just because, I know somebody else like Justin can take it and just do some crazy stuff with it.
Oh, for sure.
By all means, knock yourself out.
Is there an application process as far as the right hands or anything like that? Like, how does that work for people you like? You know what I mean? Do we go on a trip and talk about it?
You just send me money and don't be a dick, and it's all good.
All right, there you go, plain and simple. Don't be a dick. Cash on delivery, and then you're good to go.
Yeah,
that's sick. Now, guys, I do want to ask real quick. You guys both being in this hobby. I mean, obviously, Ozzy's been in this fucking early 90s, was it, Oz? When did you hop in this 90s?
Oh, yeah. It's only been 20 years for me. I mean, I was in a hobby as a kid and I got out, but I got back into it about 10 years ago.
7 years ago, you said?
What?
I'm sorry, you got back
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Okay, so you've been breeding for the last 20 years.
Yep.
Will a little bit over 10, right?
Yeah, I think we're 11 or 12 now.
Okay. So what are some of the most drastic changes you've seen in the hobby, good and bad? So let's talk about something that you've seen drastically change in a positive way. And then I want to kind of talk about something that you feel like it's kind of been dampening the culture in the hobby or whatever. So go ahead.
I think it's great. People have to work harder now. There is no more buy the codon, breed it, sell it for $10,000, and it's that those days are pretty much gone. There's a few exceptions to that, but I think now it's like advancing like complicated projects, man. Like these double reset dreamsicles have been around for how long now? Do you remember when the first dreamsicle was made, Oz?
Yeah, I remember. It was Ralph, and then shortly after that, I remember Justin made one.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Justin about it, and I remember P. Call was trying to buy the dreamsicle male from Justin. I think he was offering him like 40 grand or something for the snake. And Justin was, we talked on the phone about it, and Justin was like, "Man, I don't know, man, but it's he was on the fence, and then eventually he ended up keeping that snake. I mean, it was a male, and it kept getting bigger, and Pete was dragging his feet. So. Yeah, I remember those projects.
And whenabouts, at roughly what time do you think the dreamsicles made? 2005, that range?
Man, I don't remember, man. You know how it is when you're breeding snakes, the years just fly by. So,
but the point that I was trying to make is that that's an extra shroom question. The point I was trying to make is that dreamsicles have been around for, let's say 15, 17, 18 years, something like that. And there's been, 25 combos made of dreamsicle combos? It's endless. Like that's, I think, is a good thing. And people have to, put in the time to reap the rewards. And that's going to...
Clown has been around since what, like the 90s?
Yeah.
I mean, and the clown is still going strong. So... So some of the positives and some of the negatives. So one of the positives for sure that I see 100% is people are a lot more selective about what they're buying and what they're breeding. And people are putting the time and effort to produce new, unique animals. And I think that's helping to keep the market strong. Whereas back in the day, we had crashes. Like a lot of the newer guys, they haven't lived through a crash, but I've lived through a couple of crashes, and it was mainly because, like, you had a banana, bananas were selling for 50, 60K, or it started like 30K, and then they went all the way up to like 50 to 60K for one snake. And guys invested, but then they started buying ultrasounds, and they started mass producing as many bananas as they could, and they would do it with Mojaves or Lessers or whatever. I remember when Mojaves were 15 grand, and then overnight they were like 1,500. You messing with me, man? So
that's nuts.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot harder to do that now because of what Will was saying earlier. Like you can't mass produce a Pompeii. Pompeii, everybody loves the Pompeii. The Pompeii is hot, but it's really, really hard to reproduce that animal. So it's going to take time and effort rather than somebody just dropping 50K and then breeding it to 10 females. So I think definitely that's a positive.
Like a Pompeii to a clown. If you had a Pompeii male and bred it to a clown, your odds to reproduce that are still a 1 in 16.
Yep.
That's wrong. That's like try double head stuff and see how often you hit it on a 1 in 16 shot. Have
any of you produced a Pompeii before?
No, fuck no.
No.
Like so the thing is, one of the things that Justin does is he'll work with genes that people are just completely sleeping on. I have red stripe in my collection, and I produce red stripe clown. Like my first red stripe clown was an orange dream yellow belly super red stripe clown. That was my first red stripe clown. I just produced it this year. The only reason why I had red stripe in my collection was I needed a genetic stripe so I can make genetic stripe clown. And I just happened to stumble upon a red devil, which is a super red stripe genetic stripe. So again, Justin will take these like obscure genes like spot nose or whatever that people have just completely forgotten about. And then he'll just patiently start stacking genes on it and experimenting, and then he'll produce something like the Pompeii or the Batman or whatever. And when he does that, nobody else has the ingredients. So it really takes a while for people to get, to catch up to produce some of that stuff. So I wasn't crazy about the black pastel clown stuff. I wasn't really crazy about the red stripe. But that goes to show you any gene that's genetic has potential.
Yeah.
If you can reproduce it, you really don't know what it's going to do when you stack genes on it until you do it. I mean, you could get some hints by looking at certain combos, but if nobody's ever made, like for instance, the Orange Dream Fire Hurricane Clown that I made.
It's insane.
Could anybody have predicted that Hurricane and Orange Dream Clown would come together so nicely? That animal is insane. I mean, and that's another reason why I only go out 2 years with some of my projects, because even when I go out 2 years with my breeding plans, it changes and it shifts. Producing that animal has completely shifted my breeding plan now. The same thing with I hit a male Kiki ball, a genetic striped clown. Now that I have that male, that's going to influence my breeding plan next year. So again, I mean, I think when you start playing with these obscure genes and you start, experimenting with different genes, you can produce some really, really cool stuff. So
now Pompeii, right? That's something obviously you'd consider legendary. Pompeii is definitely a legendary morph that's out there on any ball python, but supposedly there's some competition for the Pompeii that I've seen. I mean, that's been said on social media. I guess the caption in this was "Eat your heart out, Pompeii," right? So that's what the caption said. So I just want your input on this. I mean, this shit looks nuts to me, but I don't really have.
What are these?
So these are, I think there's hurricane in these. I believe these are hurricane combos. These are produced by Levant at Straight Fire Reptiles. They're hurricane combos clowns, but I mean, I don't really know the knowledge behind these. I just think they're fucking pretty. I think they're pretty nuts, but I don't know. I just want to know if you guys ever seen anything like this, or what your knowledge is behind these combos or anything like that.
I think the Hurricane Clown is just. I think it's a sick project. I really, really do. I'm pretty psyched about it. But the Pompeii, I mean, like you said, the Pompeii is legendary. It's not only the combo and the genetics, but it's the way Justin marketed the project and brought the project out, and just the passion, that he puts into it. I mean, but the Pompeii is just, it's badass. I mean, and the chocolate Pompeii too.
Oh yeah, that thing's nuts.
I like the second that I saw that Dark Knight, the chocolate spot nose clown, in what was it, 2 years ago now? I was like, holy shit! Like, I need chocolate and spot nose together. And I know it's been on Facebook. Everyone's trying to sell their chocolates and spot nose now that he's told everyone it's allelic. But I went out and I grabbed a chocolate NG Desert Ghost, put it in every clown female that I had, and just start making those, and then made spot nose double heads. And I want to try and do that in DJ Clown. But I was a little bit, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit defeated when he was like, yeah, it's allelic, by the way. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Now I gotta both ends. Damn it.
So again, you gotta shift. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You have your breeding plan, but you're always adjusting your breeding plan. And
even throughout the season, adjusting on the fly, right?
And if you chase Justin, if you chase the Pompeii, you can chase the Pompeii. But by the time you hit the Pompeii, Justin's gonna be on.
Yeah,
he's doing something else.
Yeah.
So, constantly just raising the bar, and that's what makes this a lot of fun. But yeah, man. I mean, I love the Pompeii and I love the Hurricane, so it's all good, man.
I think it's pretty savage, just kind of where these combos are going with clown in general. Period. It's like what Will was talking about earlier when he was kind of looking stuff on Morph Market. This shit's endless. It's gonna. We'll never live, we'll never know the full potential of all this, in this lifetime. We'll be dead. Like, we're like, I don't know. It's savage.
New York Powerballs.
The way I looked at it, it's kind of like, just if you make the ingredients and you wait the way, you'll get there.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
God, he did it. What is wrong with this guy? He did it. He transferred the PayPal money to the damn YouTube.
I want MJ to give you half of this to get the kids some ice cream.
What do you want from me, Cusco? I'm confused. But listen, I'm gonna definitely keep every single cent of the $50 and definitely put it as a down payment for the next snake through Ozzy. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. Fucking A, Jesus. $50.
Shit, man.
Books, yeah, man. Dang, you guys are bringing money to the channel and just being on here. It's like I'm on Will's career right now. I'm booming right now. Getting it. Let's talk about a little bit of your guys' breeding season real quick. Obviously we know where Ozzy's at right now. Ozzy, how many more clutches you got, or where are you at right now in your breeding season?
I'm nearly done. I have about 12 clutches that are waiting to shed, and then I just have about 8 or 10 more clutches in the incubator, and then I'm done. I got my last clutch was laid the other day, a whopping 2 eggs. So I like getting to the end of hatching season, because at that point, I put a lot of animals up on the shelf. So at the end of the season, that's when I could take a step back and take stock of everything that I held back. And then I could whittle that down to, a smaller group of holdbacks. And I love that time of year, because at that point I could just take pictures of everything. I could post everything that I'm selling, and then I could just focus on raising up the stuff that I held back. And I get immense enjoyment just from watching that stuff grow and develop over time. So, yeah, man.
Our season's really just going to start coming into August here. We've hatched maybe 12 clutches, but there's another, 45 to 50 to still hatch. Yeah. And there's still another probably 20 girls that are on, like I have a little watch. We have a watch list, the watch for eggs. And there's probably 20 on that list. There's 30 in the incubator now. So that range. One of the things that happened this year is, you know, you never know which girls are going to go and which are not. You have a good idea. You think you have a good idea. And so we bought a Mojave Het Monsoon male. And I decided to breed him into a bunch of stuff. And every single girl that he bred went. So next thing you know, I had like 8 clutches of possible Het Monsoons. That's sort of like, I got a lot of like, you know, like, well, what do I do with all this stuff? But I don't want to say, like, I'm just going to say my findings. I think you can pick out those hets, man. I don't know, dude. There's funky babies in this. And like, they're pretty basic pairings, like a Mojave to the Firefly. Mojave Het Monsoon to a Firefly. And like, they don't look like Mojave Fireflies. So I don't know, but obviously they're 50% head until they're proven. But yeah, the fun stuff should start into August. I really hope. Got some stuff where it's just taking some long shot odds, but if you hit, like, wow.
Well, do you ever have a season that kind of like leaves up maybe room to get rid of some holdbacks from the year before? Like, have you like hit some shit and you're like, wow, I could actually maybe not really. Don't really need this at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
every time I hatch something, I'm just like, I just put it beside her, you know. I shouldn't say that. I do that quite often. Is I'll keep a bunch of females back, and then I'll look at it as I'm starting to hatch it the next year, and it's like, okay, I have 3 of those. I'm gonna let one go, and it just. But every time I seem to do that, it's like, well, that girl's, you know, a year older. She's 700 grams now, and that's just one step closer to what I want to do with her. And, you know, and producing all our own rodents, I don't have to rely on anyone to buy rodents. So really, the overhead for the collection is relatively low, other than bringing in new animals. That's the you know.
So I'm going to be watching Will's page closely.
Yeah. What's going on, Will, with the clutches? Hey, where we at? Where we at with your season?
I don't know. I think we've hatched 12 clutches so far. Nothing too crazy.
We'll be hiding stuff, man. You know
what? You've been saying that, Ozzy. You said that on the last show.
Yes, man.
Exactly. Hang on a second. Simple, man. I ain't got nothing, man. I'm good.
Let's go to the page. How many clutches did he post? He said he just hatched 12.
What's that?
I'm going on Instagram now.
Oh, shit.
You just said 12, right?
Yeah, roughly.
He posted like 2 clutches.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, though.
I need some inspiration.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff coming. I'm telling you, nothing this year so far, nothing groundbreaking or anything that's exciting. All building blocks for stuff moving forward. It's a lot of hats. Sure. But there's definitely some shots of some really cool visual stuff. I picked up a red stripe fire het lavender male from Justin last year, and I've got 3 clutches from him now, so we should start to see some red stripe lavender combos, hopefully.
Did anybody make that yet?
No, I don't think so.
Because I was thinking about putting an albino complex into the red stripe because I think it's gonna pop.
I think so too. I think it's gonna look really good. So we're hoping to hit like one of my favorite combos still is just like a straight pastel lavender. I love them. They're just adults, they're so nice. And I just figured, pop red stripe into it.
Pastel candies are nice too.
Yeah. We've years ago, I bought a super phantom from Ralph Davis, and we bred the long project. We bred a lavender male into it. Raised them back, started breeding the phantom hets together, and my goal was to hit a super phantom lavender. I thought that would be pretty sweet. And I've hit every single thing under the sun except the super phantom lavender. And I've almost at this point given up on it. I'll make it eventually, but I've been using these. I have a bunch of super phantom het lavender girls. We've bred like blackhead labs into that stuff. So like hopefully like the blackhead phantom labs. some puzzle stuff coming. There's some cool puzzle stuff coming. Got a GHI het puzzle that's about to ovulate. We sort of just did like a Who's Your Daddy clutch with her. We bred one of the Pastel Cypress males to her, Pastel Cypress het puzzle, the GHI het puzzle. So hopefully, I'm hoping he takes that. Or there was a Blackhead Mojave Pastel het puzzle in there. So you imagine you hit on like the Blackhead Mojave GHI puzzle. Oh my God, it could be insane.
You never know.
Super exciting with this puzzle stuff is I honestly have no idea what to expect. Like I don't know. It's crazy. It's endless. Like it just gets more and more exciting as you get deeper and deeper.
Now, let me ask you this real quick, guys. I want to say this was something produced by Will, right? Oh. So, Will, explain.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What do you mean? RCR.
Bro, so I bred a pastel orange dream yellow belly leopard pied to a cinnamon specter, hoping to hit some super stripes, and that came out of the clutch. And I'm guessing that's an orange dream yellow belly / specter cinnamon leopard, and it's the het pied influence that's making it like almost look like a pied.
So there's no pied in that, is what you're saying?
It's not a visual pied, no.
Okay, this is what's confusing me. Because hold the phone real quick. Now, what's your opinion on that, real quick, Ozzy? With that being a visual, or is that considered a pied? What would you say?
Yeah, I saw that animal, and that one just like that one. Like I've produced orange dream black pastel super stripe stuff, and it doesn't look anything like that. So that's a perfect example of these animals just hitting you with a curveball. And I mean, sometimes you just got to be comfortable with not knowing until you breed it.
Okay. Now, I don't want to, this isn't about me or anything, but this is something I produced, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's a ringer, considered a ringer. That's not considered a pie. Am I right?
That's correct. Yeah, not a pied.
Yeah.
Right?
It's probably head pied.
Definitely probably. Now, here's what's even more confusing. It's the reason why I'm asking all this shit is because there's shit you see on the internet, and a lot of it is accurate information, like what you just said, and then you see something like this. That's fucking pied. How is that pied?
Yeah, that's a pied. Yeah.
Okay, now is it because of where you see the orange going through up the body, or what really makes this pied?
It's the belly. If you look at the belly on that snake, it's going to be a pure white belly.
A pure white.
And then there's also just a pattern. But if the real tell with some of these low white pieds is the belly. The belly will be pure white.
So that's not a pure white belly, Will, is what you're telling me. That's not a pure white belly.
It has a white belly, but it's I think it's just like the whole snake is a ringer, basically.
What the
I don't know, man. I don't know, Will. You need to breed that to a pied.
Your shit's more pied than his.
I know. I mean, I don't know what to say about that snake. It's a female, so obviously it's going to stick around.
Yeah,
here's the other thing that you may not know, MJ.
Okay.
Like, for instance, Justin could have produced that snake from pied to pied.
Right.
So when you breed pied to pied, everything is pied. But
got you.
Looking at that snake, I've made Enchi yellow belly leopard pied. I have one downstairs right now, and that's how they look. They just have that look. And keep in mind, like everybody, like people used to always say, Enchi pieds are all low white. I started producing animals that were like medium white or high white that I knew had Enchi in it. And people were like, oh no, Enchi pieds are low white. But when you start stacking genes on top of that may no longer be the case. And so these animals don't care about what rules we think we know. And sometimes they just behave unexpectedly. So you got to take all of those things into consideration. And you really don't know 100% until you breed it. it's a lot of times it's just a theoretical ID. However, if Justin bred that animal from pied to pied, then he knows that's a pied. Like that's a definitive. There's no guesswork there.
It's just, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. The way you just explained that to me. Will doesn't really like pied, am I right? Or you think it's the lame morph?
He produced one anyway by mistake.
Yeah, it goes pied, but fucking lame.
Yeah, I do like pied. I don't like high white pies. Like I hatched a Desert Ghost pie that's just the head, and I was like, I'm not like disappointed, but like I was kind of disappointed, if that makes sense. Like you're kind of like, it has like, just show me a bit more because it could be so nice.
Ship it over here.
Yeah.
Send it to the US.
Yeah, it's they're really nice, but but at the same time, there's nothing that holds a candle to like a really nice pie. Like it's just, they're so incredible. You know, that with the OD leopard DG pie, like, bro, I'll send mine down, you send yours up.
Whoa, that's right.
I'm game for that trade.
There's all these deals going down on this show right now. No. I'm not going to complain because I got $70 worth of comment money, so I'm fucking.
But I mean, I just bought a pied from Oz. I saw all the pied stuff he's making, and I was like, fuck, man, I got to get one of these. So I dove into the pied stuff.
The leopard pod is heat. Leopard pod is heat. So you got to get leopard into the pied. I think it was I forgot my man that started producing like some crazy leopard pies back in the day. Alonzo. Kind of like, I haven't seen him around a whole lot, but the leopard pies, that's key with the orange dream pie stuff. So that leopard gene just, it just brought it to the next level, and it creates all kinds of influences on the pie project. So
yeah, I don't want to make the pie irrelevant, but
that's it.
Yeah, man, look at that.
What? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. This thing is ridiculous, bro.
Dude, what's your next step for that?
High orange dream, is that it? Do you call this a high orange dream or a super orange dream? What'd you call this thing?
That's from a female that I had initially. I had that female labeled as a super OD fire clown. Turns out she's just a high intensity orange dream fire clown. I think I posted her last year next to an actual super OD fire clown to show people. So that's high intensity hurricane, high intensity orange dream, hurricane fire clown, and yeah, that snake is just sick, man.
Dummy, bro. This is game breaking. Like, what does high score mean? This is like, bro, this is retarded, bro.
What's your next step for that? Like, what do you like? Where do you want to take? Obviously, the super OD. What's like? Where do you?
Super OD, super hurricane is an obvious one. I want to get some yellow belly and black pastel in there. I don't want to put leopard in it, but I might dabble around with some spot nose. Maybe
I want to see the hurricane cypress clown stuff.
Yeah,
that's something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, cypress. So again, there's like 20 million different directions that I could go with that. You better believe that I will get creative with it.
Boy.
Yeah, and bro, I'm gonna be watching to see what else is being produced with some of those genes, and that's gonna help influence my direction, man. So that's why I like to watch and see what other people are producing, because it stimulates my mind and
stimulate your mind.
That's a male too. So hopefully.
Stimulate your mind, Craig. Stimulate your mind, Craig. Stimulate your mind, bro. Stimulate your mind. The puzzle game.
That's probably in my top 5 favorite snakes ever made.
Ever. Oh, I do. Look at that head.
Yeah.
Dog.
And I heard so many people, like, it was endless that puzzle's nothing, puzzle doesn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. Like, look at that.
I don't even know what to say anymore, bro.
Yeah, man. It's the dream team, baby.
That is the see,
It's just, man.
nuts, bro. That right there, man. I knew puzzle. Like, you listen,
Bro, let me explain something to you. So you saw that clutch. You were texting me, Will. The other animals in that clutch, they still haven't shed. They went into like a 60-day shed cycle. Wait until you see the rest. And I produced a straight super orange dream, a super orange dream cryptic. So
Really?
yeah, my daughter brought me the dinosaur.
How does that look? Is it
This is for the trolls.
is the super OD cryptic like very, very impressive?
I'm gonna post pictures of that entire clutch. But I did produce one initially. I thought it was a puzzle.
Yeah.
But I took a step back, and it's not a puzzle. So I think it's just a super orange dream cryptic. Might be yellow belly, I don't know. But those animals, I was waiting for them to shed. Like, I was checking on them every hour. And sure enough, they went into that 60-day shed cycle.
Yeah.
But they're eating. They just haven't shed yet. And once that clutch shed, then I'm gonna share that. And I kind of talked to Justin about it too, and I'm pretty confident that there's cryptic in there. I don't think it's related to the weirdo, but honestly, man, I don't know. I never expected to hatch any of this stuff in my clutch, but it would explain a lot because I had a lot of like weird stuff going on, and the pastel orange dream puzzle that made that clutch, I had it labeled as a super orange dream pastel puzzle. Well, turns out he's not super OD, but now I think he's pastel OD cryptic puzzle, and he's weirdo too. So
I love that, and he's a weirdo too,
dude. So I'm saying, like, this stuff will drive you crazy if you let it. Sometimes you just have to accept that you don't know what's going on. And again, like, I can't hold back all of this stuff, so I'm just doing stuff, man. Anybody who got puzzles from me, they're pos het ghost and they're pos het cryptic.
Damn, there you go. You're welcome.
And that was from the original female. I got a pastel puzzle female from Sean back in the day. And she was exceptional. She's a beautiful female. I still have her, and it just all stemmed from that one female. So that's where it all came from.
Have you made any puzzle clown hats yet?
Nah, I never considered doing that. But now I'm considering doing it because of the whole cryptic thing and the krypton, and so
I don't know whether it's indicative of them reacting well together or not. I don't know. But every single puzzle clown hat that I've made is like totally wacky. Like, they don't look anything like what they're supposed to. Right. So I don't know. We're gonna this year we're starting to put them back together and cross your fingers,
Yeah, I remember you sent me some pictures of those double heads. They were pretty wild looking. I think you had leopard in there too, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what you pop out with that.
Hopefully. Yeah. A lot of double hat this year. So. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I was just saying that I like doing double hat, especially puzzles in the mix, because I'm cool with just the puzzle combos that come out of it. So it's it's gonna get exciting, hopefully.
Like Ozzy says, I can't wait to see what the hell you're gonna get going over there, Will. You're gonna be producing some stupid fire for sure.
Another couple weeks. I hope, man. I hope. It's all like, again, it's all on the odds. You know, it could be like lights out crazy, and it could just be like missed it. You know, it's a coin toss this season. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah. I bred, what did I do? I did that same. I did an Orange Dream Freeway to an Ivory, a Super Orange Dream, Ivory, Enshi, and I got all Ivories. Like I didn't get one Freeway.
Yeah.
Then
last year,
I bred an Orange Dream Freeway to an Orange Dream Yellow Belly Desert Ghost. So clearly, I wanted a Super Orange Dream Freeway Het Desert Ghost. I didn't get any Orange Dream Freeways out of that clutch. I got a bunch of Ivories and.
Last year we bred a
I got one
chocolate
Freeway Het Desert Ghost.
One.
Just one.
Oh, dude, we got 9 eggs last year. Chocolate Enchi Desert Ghost to a pastel puzzle, and we got nine males.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works, man. I hear people getting like 10 females out of a clutch, and some people getting 9 males.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, it sucked. You know, like it was just one of those like you're popping them, and you're like, okay, next one, no, and it just keeps going. You're just like, are you kidding? This is gonna be a joke.
They all got dicks.
But ended up with some good double het males out of it. So
yeah, longevity. That's the way to go. Ozzy, before we get off your whole, just loving everything off your page, did you ever spill the beans on this? Did you ever kind of tell us what was that here?
Yeah, that's a Black Pastel Confusion Cinder.
Damn, bro. I like the dark shit, man. I feel like that has a lot of potential with the dark game.
Yeah, man.
Where are you gonna go with that?
I don't know, man. I need to give that some thought. Actually, one of the things that I want to do with that, obviously, is blackhead stuff. But I think Axanthic, and maybe even Desert Ghost.
I'd go lavender in that and try and get that
crazy
contrast. Yeah, or candy.
I think I was thinking candy, plugging it into my Candy Pride project. Yeah, man.
Heavy shit. That's heavy shit.
How many snakes have you hatched that you haven't shown yet?
For real.
I have a few clutches that I haven't shown yet. I have some zinger stuff that I haven't shown yet. I'm waiting to see if I could hit the super. I'm talking to Billy from Mutation Creation, and Billy has me convinced that it's Het Monsoon. So we'll see. And
that'd be a nice bonus.
Yeah, but I share most stuff. Like I don't have any top secret stuff. It's like when I post stuff, I'm trying to like inspire people, encourage people. You know what I mean? Because I know when I was starting out, like I relied heavily on that. Seeing Ralph Davis and Kevin McCurley and those guys post stuff. It used to really inspire me and keep me going, keep me in the hobby, Now
you're that person.
Yeah, man. So if I had something cool, I'm gonna share it. And then I'm not on competitive mode. So, I share my projects, and if somebody wants to chase me, good luck. Cause man, I got so much shit going on over here,
For real.
Knock yourself out, man. I'm really not keen on being first. I'd rather let other people produce it, and so I could look at it and decide whether or not I want to waste my time.
The only time I've like held stuff back without showing it is it's always been a Desert Ghost animal, and I've always let it get to the 200, 300 gram range, so that when you show it, it's popping. Because I find Desert Ghost right out of the egg, like if they're clean and nice, but they don't look like a Desert Ghost, what I like in Desert Ghost, until about 200 grams, and then just from then on, it's just insane.
Yeah, man. So I there's some stuff that I just haven't, I'm not hiding it, but I just haven't taken the time to take pictures and post pictures or whatever. I have some cool stuff, and then I have some stuff I just don't know what the hell it is. I don't mind making a guess and then correcting my guess later on. Like I don't, I make mistakes, and sometimes I identify something incorrectly or whatever. I'm all good with that.
Yeah.
So I usually post stuff as I hatch it out. If I post something really, really cool, try to create some excitement, get people pumped up, I'm going to share it. But I have a few things, like I have a few who's your daddy clutch that honestly, I kind of need to let them shut out.
Those are funny.
Like I put a mahogany and some orange dream stuff on some clown stuff. I got some stuff hatching out. I don't know what the hell it is. It might be mahogany. It might just be some super orange dream combos that I've never produced before. So,
Ozzy, I want to ask you a wrap-up question real quick, and this will be for you too, Will. For anyone who obviously invests like their time and energy, everything into a hobby, even somebody who's been invested in this for a while, and they hit that fucking huge wall, like a huge setback, right? I'm sure you've had a setback in your life. We talked about your setbacks coming up in your beginning days as a kid, right? What's advice you have for anyone going through a crazy setback right now? Which we are going through setbacks. We all are. There's people going through extra setbacks.
Look for the opportunity in the setback. Every situation has an opportunity in it, and sometimes negative things happen. You think it's horrible, but it's really a blessing in disguise. So, when the whole COVID thing went down and whatever, I had eggs in an incubator, but I wasn't hatching anything out. As an investor, investors look for the crashes. Like they look for the market crashes. They look for the real estate crashes, because that's when you make your most money. That's when there's opportunity, I hate to sound crass, but when the stock market crashed and everything was getting shut down, I was pretty much talking to a few friends, Jesse from Freedom Breeder. Like me and Jesse made some money in the stock market, and we, and Adar is another one. Like, I made money coming out of this crash, coming out of this situation, and I don't want to be crass or whatever, but in every situation there's an opportunity. So look for the opportunity in the setback, and if you got your eyes open, you'll see it. If you're gonna play victim and just sit around and mope, you're not gonna see that opportunity. So
damn,
that's my advice.
Yeah, I'd say just stay positive. Just there's been a ton of setbacks, and it's just, I guess, how you handle them versus a reactive, or I don't really know how to answer that question. It's just sort of it's situational. Right? We've had tons of them in the last 10 years, and just keep pushing forward. Like really, like you look at them, and it's like I always look at it like, well, that happened. How can I change that moving forward? How can I prevent that? And sometimes it's completely out of your control. Just how you address it and continue to push forward.
Everyone gets knocked down. It's about how you get up.
Yeah.
Fucking Ozzy, Will, you two are beyond inspirational. You guys coming to the channel for a second time. I don't know what else to say. I got $70 goddamn dollars. I mean, I'm going to spend I think each of it's going to deposit towards you, and I know you need a lot more than that for a deposit. I know that $35 is not going to keep Ozzy or Will in their good graces of giving you the top of the line shit. No.
Look it up.
Yeah, you never know. You guys, man, keep doing what you guys are doing. We've had the most viewers I've ever had at any fucking podcast that I've done, so I appreciate that. I knew this was going to be groundbreaking. Like I said, fucking Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre of the damn fucking hobby, bro. These two are just they cooler than ice, man. Like look how well the chemistry was in this whole entire. I had Cusco saying, "Wow, this is most he's never heard me talk." Well, I don't need it. I don't need to talk when two motherfuckers like this are talking. You know what I mean? And I still got my words. But you guys got anything? You guys got anything you want to say to your supporters and viewers? Anything out there before you guys head out?
Just appreciate it.
Yeah, just thank you to everybody that's supported me over the years, and just keep it positive and have fun with it, man. That's it.
Ozzy.
Yeah, it's just I humbled by the amount of people that support us and message us on a daily basis. It's just people like when people say like, "Oh, you inspire me," I'm always sort of like, man, like I really just do the same thing that everybody else does. I just put snakes in a bin together. A little bit of thought goes into the pairings, but just, I'm just a normal guy. Just reach out if you guys ever want to chat. It's just, I get caught up talking snakes for hours. My girlfriend hates it, but it happens all the time.
It really does, man. You guys need to do what you're doing, bro, and just don't forget you guys are the real players in the fucking game. So. You guys are sick, bro. No, honestly, you guys are fucking something else. We appreciate you coming on to the show. We'll talk to you guys shortly, and I'm gonna be in touch with you, Ozzy. We're gonna get that OD button crap, okay? And then I just talked to you just to say hi to you, just because Will's my friend. I like Will. Nah, man, you guys are awesome, man. You guys have a great night, okay? Will Moroz and Ozzy fucking Boids, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys.
Later.
Legendary. You guys have a wonderful night, man. I'll catch you guys.
Good night, fellas.
Fuck, man. Jesus. Can you believe that? That's the way I see it right there. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg of the fucking hobby. Listen, you got Ozzy Boids with his own type of persona, the business mindset, yet just laid back and cool. And then you have the young blood, yet well established in this game, Will Moroz. They both have stuff that they would love to cop off each other. So just imagine when that collaboration goes down, which is obviously going to happen. Obviously, these dudes are homies, man. They fuck with each other. But what a great honor, man. I'm telling you right now, this is the stuff's motivating for me. This is why I will always keep ball pythons. As much as I come off as somebody who only breeds green trees and all that, that's not true, man. My biggest foundation is ball pythons. What started me in this to begin with is ball pythons. My heart lives with the ball pythons. I love the ball pythons. It's just really, really hard. I mean, not that we're here to compete, but it's just really hard. Really, really hard. If you are a competitor, it's really hard to compete with motherfuckers like Will Moroz and Ozzy Boids, JKR, Levance from Straight Fire. It just goes on, man. And I give so much respect to these guys because they've stuck with it. They've done their fucking, they've done their time, man. Will is somebody who's been in this game for, since he was probably in an age where he could have just said, fuck everything and just been reckless. And who knows, Will was maybe reckless at a young age, but look what he's built up. Look what he's done, from what he said, 2009, 2010. And that's why I give Will the utmost respect. A lot of you who know Ozzy, know his story and fucking came up in a rough part in his life, when he was young and his teenagers and came out of the grunt, like he came out of the gutters, man. This guy made a life for himself. And now look at Ozzy, bro. Ozzy's just literally giving us his time of day, telling us how he remembers when he looked up to certain people, like he looked up to Kevin McCurley and Ralph Davis when they were putting out stuff and that would motivate him. But then now what's funny is he is now that Ralph Davis. He is now that, Kevin McCurley. And what's crazy is a lot of people don't even look at Kevin McCurley as a ball python guy when he was. Like, that's what put Kevin on to begin with. We talked about it in the Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. But great shit, man. Great information. Definitely, fuck, man. I don't know. I'm just thankful. I'm happy I know these two. I'm happy I'm cool with them. There's a lot more to come. I could just tell you that right now. This shit's not going to stop. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate all the viewers, man, all the listeners. You guys are really, really important to me, man. You guys have no idea. So shout out to you guys. I do want to say, in case you guys aren't really a huge fan of the whole Instagram thing, or not Instagram, I don't know why I said that, but if you're not a huge fan of the YouTube, because let's just be honest, a lot of times if you're listening or watching this on YouTube, you have to keep YouTube open the entire damn time in order for you to watch it, or if you pay fucking $15 a month for it, then you don't have to do that. But regardless, if you don't want to have to go that route, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, we're on Buzzsprout, we're on iHeartRadio. All the links for that is in the description below. So please make sure you check it out. Make sure you go check out Unfiltered Reptiles Podcast, which is a podcast that I run with Desiree and Stephen Cush from Reptech and Cold Blooded Cafe, the homies. We have a lot of fucking crazy pioneers that we bring onto that podcast. People that you normally would never speak to, okay? And that's a great opportunity to go check that out. Great opportunity to go see exactly what you could grasp and learn from people who've been in this shit since we were even born. Like what we had Bill Brandt on here, which was nuts, and crazy other stuff, man. I haven't done a trap salute of the week, and I got a trap salute of the week that I want to give a trap salute to. Wait, does that make sense? Fuck, dude, Jesus. Woo! No, but listen, I want to give a shout out to somebody who, he's been in this game for a while, from what I can tell. He's kind of an unsung hero. I definitely feel like he's somebody who gives a lot of people props. He really puts a lot of big breeders up on a pedestal, which he should, and he just supports people, and I give him so much props for that. And he has a lot of great stuff going on as well. But I want to give my shout out to Reggie over at Reggie Jungles, man. Reggie, you are fucking Reggie's Urban Jungle, my bad. But shout out to the homie Reggie, bro. You are the trap salute of the week. Dude, homie, keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I appreciate your passion. I appreciate what you do for the hobby and how you really come together with everybody in the community. Very positive dude, makes me want to be more positive. So definitely got to fuck with that dude. So Reggie, shout out to you, bro. We'll be in touch. I'm going to hook you up. And to all the other fellow trap salutes of the week, I finally got your little trap salute gift that I'm going to be sending out to you. So please hang tough for that. And I'm going to go get those out. So yeah, man, great times, great nights. Like I said, Zoo Dreams official stuff. We got all the kids stuff. Make sure you go visit Cold Blooded Cafe for your Zoo Dreams shirts. If you want me to put you on the podcast and market your stuff, like stickers and stuff, hey, hit me up, man. Listen, after this, I don't go asking people for stuff. I ask for it on the podcast. It's really up to you for you to come to me and say, hey, MJ, what up with the sticker? I'll send it to you, or a shirt, whatever. Send it to me and I'll put you on. It's all good. Also, don't forget to like or dislike. We had at least an average of 110 people watching this the entire time. I better see at least 50 likes or dislikes on this damn video. It's not that hard, guys. Do me a favor if you don't mind. And I knew all the homies that were watching this, there was at least 45 homies in here watching this. So there better be at least 45 likes or dislikes. But regardless, be a fucking homebody, be a homeboy, or be somebody who just fucking gives me a like or dislike. It's not that hard. Give me a comment. Give me some sort of feedback. Tell me, MJ, I like this. Will and Ozzy, they're the future. They're killing it. Or say, MJ, nah, this shit was lame. I don't really like who you're bringing on. Something. Leave a comment, bro. Fuck, just give me something, please. I appreciate it. Yo, I'm also going to be starting up a Patreon page. I'm dead ass serious. Yep. I'm going to be starting a Snake Trap Sessions Patreon page where basically I'm going to have private conversations. I'm going to bring on guests privately on for the Patreon members inside the Patreon page. I'm going to give you guys insights and little secrets on what I'm adding because, I don't tell you guys everything, just so you know. There are things I always have cooking in the background. For those who know me know that I'm a secretive mofo and I keep shit just, hidden from people, but I will give you guys the insights of who I'm going to be bringing on. I'm going to be giving you guys insights on new apparel that comes out, maybe giving out free shirts to my Patreon members, all sorts of shit. So just be ready for that because at least by the next show, I'm going to have a Patreon page fully up and running. So make sure you're ready for that because it's going to be sick. It's going to be popping and shit ain't going to stop, man. I'm telling you, the lineup we got, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. I want to say goodbye to, we got some more money up in the building. Look, another 5, another 5, another 5. Wow. That's $80 damn. That's $80 damn. I don't even know what to say. Lily's going to want a sushi dinner now. I don't know what to do. So listen, Patreon page. It's not going to be a lot. I'm not going to ask you guys for hardly anything. I just want to know who the fuck my real trappers are. That's what I want. I want my real deal trappers up in the building so we can have our own little conversation about things. You know what I mean? We could talk about, just stuff. You know what I mean? Like, stuff I don't always put out. I don't have to be so secretive to everything. I could just talk to the trap members, the OGs. Oh my Lord, they keep coming. What am I supposed to stay on here? I feel like I don't know what to do. Hold on, what's coming next? I think Khalil's gonna give me $5. I feel like Khalil's gonna give me $5 right now. No? Okay. Well, I honestly, I'm happy. Well, let me at least let these stickers run out, but this is nuts. Little Novi, real quick. Little Novi got a white. She's getting her white lips in tomorrow, or did you get it in today, Novi? I forgot when we conversated, or if it was one of your parents. I don't know, but she's getting a United States Captain Born and Bred white lip female, I believe. Is it a female, Novi? A female from Ryan Young. Everybody knows who Ryan Young is for the most part. Ryan Young is. Oh my God! It kind of keeps coming, but Ryan Young is somebody who's producing some amazing animals right now. He's not so heavy on the Instagram, but he's very heavy on the Facebook. So I don't even want to say what his reptile page is. I'm pretty faded right now, but go check out Ryan Young. He has a business page. He produces some amazing stuff. Southerns, Northern white lips, scrubs. He just hatched some Wymanians and stuff like that. Helped somebody hatch some Bolin pythons, like literally, man, this shit's nuts, bro. Shit's nuts. All right, good night, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything, guys. You have no idea what you guys mean to me. Before I leave you guys, I will say the reason for my question. One of my last questions for Will and Ozzy. As far as what do people do when they hit that wall in life? What do they do when they get knocked down? Because people get knocked down, right? People could be on such a high horse or have high hopes, and bam, they get fucking knocked down, lose a job, lose a girl, lose a man, lose an animal, lose something that just breaks the heart, right? What do you do when that happens? Could be a financial thing, but it's all about how you deal with it, man. I'm telling you right now, because of this podcast, I was able to deal with some shit in the last few months that I don't know how I was able to deal with without this podcast and without my wife and support that I've had. But this podcast played a huge part on keeping me going. And it made me think about the positivity of no matter, obviously the animals and what I got going on too. But this right here, man, dude, I'm fucking straight because of you guys, man. Like, I am good. So all I have to say is for you guys, if there's anybody out there who's hitting a wall in life and they don't know what the fuck to do, or they're doubting themselves or they want to give up, you got to find the good in something. There's the good in something. You just got to look at the good. Concentrate on the good. That's it. Don't give up. Fucking fight this shit out. That's all I got to say. You guys, listen, fight this shit out. Find the good in shit, and you're going to be all right. You're going to live up top on shit. You're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. All right? Tune in next week, next Thursday. I'm your boy, Mikey. MJ, not Mikey J. MJ. I'll talk to you guys later, man.